Okay, finally I am live. I had some challenges with my Wi-Fi here in Portugal. Welcome to another Sunday live with me. And today we're gonna speak about relationships. Let me know, how are you doing in your current relationships? I don't think there will be anyone coming on here, live or replay, that hasn't at least one relationship in your life that is a bit challenging. So, this is going to be an interesting conversation. Please let me know where you're tuning in from. Hi, beautiful. And because now I'm just going to fix something with the chat so I can see it. All right, yeah. Relationships. As we all know, there is just one relationship that is the absolute most important one. And when that doesn't work, and when that isn't kind of taken care of, you will be struggling in many other relationships in your life. That's just how it works. And that number one relationship, as you know, is the one you have with yourself. So let me know, what is your relationship in your life that you are struggling with the most? Is it the one with yourself, or is it with someone else in your life? And you are welcome to ask me anything on this topic. And later in this live stream, I'm gonna share with you a really good exercise to do, because we are moving into holiday season, right? Well, it's already started. It's everywhere. It's jingle bells and Merry Christmas. And in these holiday seasons, we many times have to gather with people that we might not hold as our favorites. That can be challenging. And to know how to prepare before these meetings, it's so good. So this exercise you want to take part of, so you can use it in your everyday life. Because I mean, it can be your relationship to your spouse, to your children, to your parents, to your co-workers, people at work, people, your friends, your neighbors, you name it. I mean, this life, this experience here on Mother Earth is having relationships. So there will always be opportunities to heal these relationships and to work on them. So again, let me know in the chat, where are you on your journey when it comes to your relationships in life? I have, as many of you know, I've been traveling with my beautiful daughter, my adult daughter, for 3 months in this van. And I can just say that I have learned a lot of things about myself during this period of time. And this is the beauty of relationships. If we stay open to it, if we're open and willing to learn about ourselves. Because that if we are really on this growth journey, and with an open mind, we will learn new things every single day. And one thing that I really learned, being together 24/7 with my daughter, is that my role in her life is not being a mother anymore. This has been a real eye-opener, because it's so easy for us, if you are a parent, you know what I'm speaking about, to go in and have a lot of opinions and want to take care of them and guide them and coming with a lot of advices. They are adults and they are fully capable of taking care of themselves. So that's the trust we need to enter. And yeah, so it's has been so interesting and challenging. I have to admit that, because living in this tight area together, you really have to step up and be willing to put aside your own needs many times. And I think when we live our life on autopilot, which most of us do if we don't pause and center ourselves and being present in the moment, we are not aware of how we speak to the people around us and how, yeah, our overall our behavior. It's so easy to fall into old behavior patterns, which maybe it's time to grow away from. So this has been a really, really interesting and yeah, a lot of learnings for me. But I want to ask you, what if every single person that you meet in your life, on your journey here on Mother Earth, has been sent to you? And what I mean with that is, it's not a coincidence that these people are turning up in your life. Whether they are good relationships or just challenging ones, or if it's just a person who suddenly appears on the train when you're sitting there reading a good book, and suddenly there is this huge man coming on and sits next to you, starting his computer loud, and he's binge eating a lot of sweets, and he's smacking, and it's noisy, and it's just taking up so much space. What if this person has been sent into your bubble? What if your job is now to practice on how you relate to this situation? Can you just be there and breathe and accept that this person's behavior might not be aligned with yours and how you think that people are supposed to behave on a train, or wherever this person appears in the queue when you are doing your groceries? I mean, we have people all around us. But ask yourself, what if every single person is sent to you for a reason, for you to practice on them? Let me know in the chat. What comes to you? When was the last time you felt like, oh my God, take me away from this situation and place and person? What if you actually experienced this because you needed to just practice on being, breathing without judging? What if? And to be open to see what is it that triggers me when I meet this person. Maybe it is someone at work, someone in your family, in your neighborhood. What is it that triggers you? What is it that within you that still needs to heal? Because many times, if there is something that we react when we meet someone else, it very often is an indication about something we need to heal. So you should just say thank you for showing this. You don't have to say it straight to them, but within yourself you can say thank you. that this person is showing this to me. It's so amazing if we step back without judging and just having this willingness to learn. Because every single person in this world has something to teach you about yourself. And if we could just step away from judging and having so many opinions about others, we would live such a great and joyful and peaceful life. All this judging is actually and then there was a word that I was looking for, is taking that away from you. The worst thing you can do is to judge someone else, because what you actually do is that you are creating chaos within yourself. Because if you are, think about, let's say that you have someone and at your workplace that you have a lot of opinions about this person and maybe other people as well, and there is a lot of gossiping going on in when you have breaks, having coffee together, and this person is not present and you gossiping about him or her, and you're taking part of this. How does it feel when you meet this person later in the hallway or in another situation? You feel guilty. One part of you will feel bad. That's just how this works. So if we instead can choose the opposite, again, we're moving into holiday season. We're already in this beautiful December month of all the lights and celebration. And just gonna check if we have any comments, any questions. So maybe you are going to spend Christmas together with some people in your life, relatives or your sister's husband that you maybe not getting so well along with, or getting along with, or however you say that. There might be conflicts, arguments, whatever it is. If you could change the way now, long before you meet this person in Christmas, if you can start already now to look for the good, to choose how you think about this person, because we are always responsible for our own thoughts, and our thoughts matter because, as you probably heard before, we are all energy and we are operating on different frequencies. And if I stay focused on sending out a lot of negative thoughts about a person, that will affect me in the end. And it will also affect that person. I'm not going to go into that in a deeper way. I just want you to accept it as a truth, embrace it, and think about some of your relationships, which is challenging, which you fear to meet some people maybe. Long before holiday, you feel, oh God, I don't want to go there. I don't want to attend this dinner or this Christmas party or whatever it is, because he's gonna be there or she's gonna be there. And what you really do, you just attract this negativity, this problem, these conflicts. So if you choose to do the opposite, so if you really want to create a great Christmas celebration this year, and to avoid feel awkward before going to meet these people. I want you to choose one person now. Now I'm going to share this great exercise with you. Choose one person that you normally get into conflicts with, or maybe this person is always aggressive or arrogant or whatever he or she is. Bring her up to mind and just close your eyes. Take a few breaths. Visualize her or him in front of you. And bring up to mind one thing, one good thing about this person. So think about the person you having challenges with and bring up one thing which is positive about this person. There's always good things about everyone. And then add one more thing. One more thing about this person that you are challenged with being in the same room with. Visualize this person in front of you. Breathe deeply and bring up to your mind one thing that is positive, that is good about this person. Something that she or he actually is doing for others. Something from the past, or something that she or he is good at. Whatever it is, bring to mind things that is positive about this person. And feel the shift when you keep focusing on the good. Feel the shift within you. And you can send them love energetically. Choose to send them love. Loving thoughts. Because all people that show up in our life, maybe in an arrogant or aggressive, angry way, there is always fear behind it. They're not feeling well. They're not. So send them love. And if you do this with all the people that you are struggling with in your life, you will be amazed what's going to happen, because this works. I've been practicing it over and over again. I used to feel fearful of meeting some people that I had been in conflicts with in my past. And just thanks to doing this exercise, I don't feel that anymore. I feel totally calm in meeting them. So, however you choose to think, it matters. And so many things can change. Hello, hello, Russia, Queen of Russia. Thank you for your love and welcome. Let me know, how are you doing in your relationships? And I also want to say to everyone who's on here and everyone who's watching replay, that I am opening up for 2 people now in middle of December for guidance. So if you are experience life as a struggle, maybe in your relationships, both to yourself, maybe you feel kind of lost, you don't find meaning, or you just have lost yourself. Even if you haven't, I know you're still there, but you don't feel connected and life feels like a struggle. Whatever you go through, and maybe you want to heal some relationships, I'm opening up now to guide two people in one-to-one. So just write me on marie@queenformations.com, send me an email, and we can connect that way, and we'll see if I can help you, if we are an energetic match. I put my email here. I forgot to do that earlier, but here we go. So feel free to just email me, and I will do my best to help you and guide you. Lena, I remember Bob Proctor used to talk about that, to send love every day to someone you are in conflict with. Yeah, he was a very wise man, Bob Proctor. It really works. It really does. Always. And it's our responsibility to do our part instead of judging and letting fear run our life. Because if we are not present and aware, fear will control our choices. That's just how it works. So we need to be present and catch our thoughts when they kind of take us the wrong direction. Because they do. They still do with me. But my job is to catch it, like, oh, no, we're not going that way. We're going this way. And we're talking about relationships, and I'm curious, how are you doing in your relations? Let me know in the comments. Is there anyone particular that you are having challenges with? Share with us. Just before I went on to this live stream, my daughter actually shared something about this word, relationship. Because if you divide it, relationship. And what she told me was like, you having a relation and you're steering a ship together. Let's see that you and your partner, you are on this ship together. And you better cooperate. Do you say cooperate? You better kind of communicate in a good way together if you want to sail smoothly on this ocean called life. It can be a beautiful journey if we are willing to grow together and to be there for each other without judging and without projecting all our shit onto our partner or children or parents or friends. We often do, right? Because this is how we were taught. Our parents did it when we grow up. Maybe you don't remember, but they might come home very tired from work, and you are just happy to see them, and you're climbing on them and screaming and laughing and being very needy, and they are kind of, oh no, you are so, oh, why do you have to do this right now? Why do you have to be so noisy? And why do you have to be this and that? Maybe you were met in that way from your parents when you grew up. Most of us went through that, because that's, again, is being a human. But your parent projected his or her bad mood, low energy, bad experiences, whatever she or him had gone through. He projected that onto you. That's how you learned. Like, your trouble You learn from an early age to project your problems and your shit onto others. It's not going to help you, but this is how we were taught. So many times, instead of dealing with our own shit, we focus on someone else's by judging or trying to fix them, solve their problems, or whatever we choose to do, instead of just, interesting, just witnessing, and then learn from it. See what is happening within me when I'm watching this person acting the way he or she is doing. Because remember, I choose to believe anyway that every single person that shows up in your life is coming into your life for a reason. As a teacher, there is something that you're gonna learn from this person. Always. So are we willing to learn? Are we willing to see the message? Or are we just getting irritated and turn away and just don't receive the message? Sometimes it can be painful because it might be something we need to see within ourselves. So again, it can be a gift. I remember when I divorced from my first husband, it's about almost 30 years ago. And my husband, he immediately went on his personal growth journey. He took a lot of courses and read books and programs, and yeah, he really, really did a lot of work. And things changed in his appearance, how he showed up and how he spoke. And he started to choose to just stand in love. So he was very, very patient with me and always calm and very courageous in meeting me wherever I was. And I remember he spoke about seeing every single person that you meet in life as an open book. Like just open them and read them. At that time, I was not on my personal growth journey. So most of the times when we met and we had conversations like this, or he tried to have conversations with me around this, I was triggered. I was so triggered. Today I understand, I celebrate this man because, wow, by doing that work, he planted so many seeds for his relationship to his children. Well, our children though. And compared to me, I didn't go that journey. I didn't take that road, and I didn't do the work with me. I was just a workaholic. I was so busy. And my relationship to my children wasn't as good. But every time we met, I was triggered because he was calm, he was loving, and he was so understanding. And he was just mirroring what I needed to work on within me. But I wasn't willing to see it. I was blind. I was deep asleep. And this is what I mean when I say doing this inner work. To be able to heal your relationship, not only to yourself, but to everyone around you. Because when we are willing to do this work, it will benefit so many people around us. It's a beautiful journey. So yeah, he was a pioneer. He started early, and many people was like, what's wrong with him? Because he was always coming from love. And I mean, 30 years ago, it wasn't that common. Now more and more people wake up and choose love, and to understand that we came here in pure love. But 30 years ago, when my ex-husband started, no, it was very rare. So it was like, what's wrong with him? Why is he acting like that? Yeah. Let's see if we have any. Does he inspire you? I guess you are asking me if my ex-husband inspired me. Well, he did not inspire me at that time. As I said, he just triggered me. But the last few years, when I have been on my journey, absolutely, he is inspiring me every time we are in contact. Because as you understand, he's been doing this work for 30 years. He has come far. But it's not a destination. Doing this work is not like I'm going there and then I'm ready and I'm done and I'm perfect. It doesn't work that way. It's a journey. We will always be on it. So, but for sure, he inspires me so much, and he is one of the most bravest men that I know, who made this choice when our marriage ended. So if every person who is struggling in their marriages, or maybe are in the middle of divorce, starts to do this inner work, the whole experience around separating, going different ways, and starting off, maybe you have kids together, you still will have to be communicating. And it helps so much when we have these tools, when we understand how we can choose to think about the other person. It's all about how you choose to show up, what thoughts you choose. Because whatever thoughts you choose will create your feelings. And it is your feelings that dictates what actions you take, what you will say, what you will do. And it starts with your thoughts. So once we learn to become aware of, what am I thinking? What's going on? Why am I thinking that way? So many relationships can be healed and be improved. For sure. So always search for the good. Always. It's so good to remind ourselves about, like, I had a conflict with an old friend. And I guess this is a few years ago, and I went into a lot of judgment. And I mean, I saw what I saw, but I haven't lived her life. I don't know what she's going through. I don't know about her luggage. I have never walked in her shoes. And if we can keep that in mind when we are in a conflict, when we don't agree with someone, when we get angry or upset or disappointed or whatever, always remind ourselves, I know so little about this person, what she's going through right now. So if I can choose to see her struggle behind her behavior and not react, because remember, a conflict, an argument, always starts with a second, how do you say, opinion. Someone might come to you and be angry and upset, saying something nasty to you. How do you respond? Do you react? Or can you just stay calm and respond just by being silent? You don't even have to respond with words, because you might just put petrol on that fire. So the conflict, the problem doesn't start until you react. So we can actually choose. It's our choice. Am I right? I'm going to put this up so I can see it better. Am I right in understanding that we shouldn't discuss people at all? Don't say anything bad about people, if say only good things. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are so right in that. Because gossiping is really putting a spell on someone. And you will feel awkward, as I said earlier, if we are taking part in speaking bad about someone who wasn't present, and then you go out from that room and you meet her or him, you will feel awkward. It won't feel right. You might, if you see them on distance, you might jump into the bathroom to just hide because you don't want to meet them, because it's been something bad has been planted within you. That's what happens when we take part in gossiping. We put a spell on someone, and they can feel it. And you're not just hurting that person, you also hurt yourself. You will not feel good after doing that. So to be in a room when people are speaking about someone who isn't present, if you can really be brave and choose to say something good about that person that you actually experienced when this person saved a cat or a dog the other week, or whatever. That was maybe a bad example, but something that you can honestly say that you know for sure about that person, which is good. Something that maybe you appreciate. Maybe that person held up the door for you on your way into work, or there's many examples, but it doesn't come to me right now. But if you can be brave enough in these situations to say, I actually experienced this with Michael, or whatever his name is. And you will be amazed what's happening in that room, because most people, these people who's sitting there speaking, gossiping about this person, they're not bad people. They're simply not aware of what they are doing. This might be just a bad old behavior. Maybe it is the boss. And since you came to this workspace, there's always been gossiping about the boss. That might be just a normal behavior. So if you can be the one, the brave one, who's actually saying something good, wow. And you will experience the next time you meet that person. It feels so good. Yeah, so thank you for bringing this up. Efficiency. I don't know what your name is, but maybe something on Z. Who knows? But all this judging, all this gossiping, it is a virus, and it is spreading because it becomes the normal. And we don't understand why we are so drained on energy and why we feel bad in the end of the day. Because we probably have taken part of all this gossiping with others. Or maybe you have just on your own been having all these thoughts about other people all day long in a negative way. You are leaking energy. But if you do the opposite and always focusing on the good and actually saying this to people around you from your heart, though, so it has to be honest, it has to be real, you have to be like, I really mean this, and give compliments and celebrate someone for whatever they are doing good. We slowly can change this world. And again, there is always good in every single person. So we make our own holy world. Oh yes, amen. Step by step. It doesn't need to be so hard. We all want to live a happy, joyful, peaceful life, right? We want to have fun. We want to be in this well-being state. We want to wake up every morning feeling good. And you can actually create that if you live with an intention every day. You set the intention for every day when you wake up. I'm just going to look for the good in everyone. And actually hold on to this belief that I shared in the beginning, that what if every single person is sent to you? What if it isn't a coincidence that this person is showing up in your life? Play with it. What if? I choose to believe that this is the truth today. 100%. And I play with it. And I like, I wonder what I'm gonna learn from this person. And I just breathe. If it's someone who has a maybe challenging behavior or smell or appearance, like, we can all learn something from everyone. I don't know why I said smell, but there can be someone who is very loud, taking up a lot of space, and we might feel like, but just breathe and be present and receive. What is it that I'm gonna learn right now? And let me know in the comments if you have had any of these experiences lately. I'm curious. So whether you are here live or if you are watching this as a replay, let me know if you have recently gone through something like, now I understand why this person turned up in my life and maybe created some chaos for a moment or two. Everything happens for a reason. Everything comes to you for you. It's an opportunity for you to practice. Instead of going banana and being upset and like for example in the traffic. Whatever happens in the traffic, just stay calm. You can't change how other people is driving. It hasn't worked before, has it? So why do you think it's gonna work now? So yeah, we just have to become aware and welcome the opportunity to learn from every single person. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up, and thank you for everyone who's joined me in this live about relationships. And again, let me know in the comments when you're watching this, what are you experiencing right now in your relationships? And what if it can be so easy that if you just shift your energy towards this person, just a simple shift, because we are all energy. Every single thought is energy, and you choose what thoughts you hold on to. So just a simple energetical shift can change everything in this relationship that you might struggle in right now. I promise you, it doesn't have to be more difficult than that. And it might not be like you becoming the best friends. You shift. You shift perspective. You're coming from another point. You're coming from another place. You're coming from love. And you accept this small shift can change how you see this person. And this person might not shift or change, but you do. And that shifts everything. Especially the people you have to be around every day. At work, or the bus driver, or the neighbor, whatever. You choose another direction. You choose to see the good. And everything will change. Thank you so much for joining me today in this live. And maybe we're gonna continue next Sunday on relationship, because there is so much more I want to speak about, and I know there might be a time when many people are busy, so I want to show up again on this topic. We'll see. Thank you so much, everyone here in the chat. Thank you. I appreciate you so much, and I hope to see you next Sunday. I love you. Bye bye now.